wasn't gonna shoot him. He didn't have to go for the gun. I don't even know why I did it.
This is 41-year-old Susan Armentrout, responsible for the mysterious murder of her husband. And no matter how much she lies and begs,
He wasn't supposed to die. I just wanted to scare him.
it will not change the fact that her life is over.
The day prior, he had contacted a deputy. He thought you were going to kill him.
Oh, Susan. I'm so sorry.
It was an accident.
On December 15, 2018, dispatch in Saint Genevieve County, Missouri, received a call from a concerned father. 36-year-old Aaron Armentrout, a truck driver, animal lover, and car enthusiast, hadn't showed up to a family event the previous night. His father knew things weren't going well with his son's wife, 41-year-old Susan Armentrout, so immediately he wanted a welfare check done. When police arrived at the residence that Aaron and Susan shared, they were met with the overwhelming stench of bleach. Susan was absolutely nowhere to be found, and every contact they tried to make with both her and Aaron went unanswered. Finally, after speaking with Susan's mother, son, and friends, police were able to locate Susan in a neighboring county. By then, they had already started to put the pieces together, and they were certain that Aaron was no longer alive. The following footage was provided to us by Saint Genevieve County Sheriff's Office in Missouri.
All right, if you'd like to have a seat, yeah, right there, that'd be fine. I'll be right out here. We'll wait. The guy that's going to come talk to you, and he's right here. Susan, this is Lieutenant White. Hi, Susan.
I'm Lance White. I'm a lieutenant here at the Sheriff's Office. I've been looking for you for a little bit. Before we begin, I got a few preliminary information I'd like to clarify, make sure it's right. Is your name Susan? Is that right?
Yes.
And I know you've got a few different names. Armentrout?
I never changed it
So,
when we got married. It's
okay,
still
well,
Skaggs.
Skaggs, okay. So you prefer Skaggs. All right. And were you previously married? Did you have another marital name at one time? What was it?
Skaggs. That
Skaggs
was
is-
my last name.
All right, so what's your maternal name?
Loman.
Loman.
L-A-H.
All right, I think I met your mom yesterday or day before.
Susan has a good reason to be unhappy about police speaking with her mother, because unlike her mother's an honest woman, and she wasn't shy about admitting the kind of person Susan is.
Let me ask you this really tough question. Do you think she might have done something to, is it Aaron? With that look on your face, I'm guessing that's a yes.
It's not a yes, but it's not a no.
I understand, ma'am.
I mean, I've heard her over and over say, I'm going to kill that son. I'll stab him in his sleep, and I've heard that,
Okay.
like, quite a bit.
Your own mother telling police that she believes you may have killed your husband doesn't exactly bode well for your innocence. Heading into the interrogation, officers know they have their culprit, but there's one thing they desperately need to put her behind bars: Aaron's body.
So, obviously, the reason we were looking for you, the reason you're here right now, is we received information, and we received quite a bit of information about some things that's happened between you and Aaron's no longer here. That's the reason we'd like to talk to you. Before I begin to talk to you, I'd like to advise you of your rights, okay?
I'm not saying nothing without an attorney.
Without an attorney? All right. I'm going to advise you of your rights anyway, just to make sure, okay? You have the right to attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you want to be appointed by the courts to represent you. You can remain silent, and you can use those rights at any time. And you're telling me now that you're invoking your right for an attorney? All right. Well, that being said, we have, I am going to do some talking now. I'm actually going to be, you know what? I really don't need to say anything further. If you will, just hold still, and we'll be back. One thing I will say before I leave, though, if you change your mind and you want to talk to us, feel free to reach out and talk to us and tell us, because that's the only way your story is going to get out. All right, and you have the right to call and ask for me to talk to me. Otherwise, you're going to be labeled whatever people are labeled without your side coming out. All right, and meantime, we'll talk to Angel and other people and try to get to the bottom of it and bring them into all this as well. All right.
Go pee.
What's that? You have to use the restroom. All right, well, I'll get you back in the jail, and they'll make sure you're able to do that. Just one quick question. Do you know a girl by the name of Josephine? Okay.
Susan doesn't take long to take the officer up on his offer. The very next morning, without even seeing the attorney she previously asked for, she's ready to talk. And boy, does she. The question is how much of what she's saying is actually true.
Thank you. I don't have my stuff, so I was getting ready to go out and go to the PA's office. I understand you need to talk to me. That deputy that just brought you here is the one that told me. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know who I told. I just buzzed the button.
Okay. Oh, Susie. I'm so sorry.
It was an accident. He was coming at me. And I grabbed my gun, right? And I had it like I said, don't grab the gun. And this last thing I got this.
Oh, Susie. Susie.
It was just supposed to scare him. It was supposed to scare him because I was just that money. They had known me. I just wanted him to leave for the night. That's all I wanted. And then I fucking I panicked. And I tried to get my friend Angel out there, you know. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go stay the night there with you. And she said, okay. Well, she kept calling me, and I'm just like, my truck stuck in 4 Low. You know. And I tried. It don't work like it does on TV. That's funny. And gave up, walked out of the house, and he wasn't supposed to die. He wasn't supposed to die. I just wanted to scare him. I'm so there's so many. I just wanted to leave you.
Susie, I'm so sorry.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone?
Well, since you told me that there was an accident and everything, I'd like to help you get along there, right? You did just tell me it was an accident, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to scare him. I wanted to scare him.
Susan.
I wanted him to leave. That's all I wanted. I just wanted him to leave for the night. He didn't hit me.
I understand, and I have to ask you some questions about it. You understand? You know, and I have to advise you your rights before I can ask you questions.
Yeah.
So, like I tried to do last night, I'm going to let you know that you have the right to remain silent, and then you say can will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney and have one present with you while being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, want to be appointed by the courts to represent you. Do you understand those? And Susan, do you want to tell me where he's at?
Yeah.
Where
he
is he?
needs to go home and get buried.
I agree.
He's in storage, 164.
164.
8U in Potosi.
8.
And U storage, Potosi, Missouri.
8 and U.
Storage.
U storage.
No, 8 and U. Just U. Not Y-O-U. U.
U. 8 and U.
Yeah.
Storage in Potosi. How did he get there?
Just go straight down 8 highway.
All right.
It's literally, that's why it's 8 and U.
I know, but you had 2 vehicles. Who took him?
Huh?
Who took him there? You had 2
I
vehicles.
drove the car.
You drove the car. Who picked you up?
I had a friend take me to get the car.
Was that Angel?
Yeah. But I lied to Angel, so please don't hold it.
No.
I just
Tell
told
me the
her-
truth about Angel so I can help her
What
out.
I told her is that I was hiding the car from him. I'm like, I just want to piss him off, so I'm going to hide the car from him.
Okay.
And so she just thought it was a joke.
All right.
Susan is making an effort to protect her friends, but not a particularly good one, especially because just hours earlier, police pulled Angel out of bed and questioned her about her involvement in and knowledge of Aaron's murder. As you're about to see, she didn't handle the pressure well.
So did she tell you everything that she did and you didn't want to tell us?
She did come by here, like I said, Saturday
Right.
before she left.
I mean, hey, Angel, tell us everything.
She told me that she killed Aaron, but I didn't believe her because she talks out of her head sometimes. That's just the way
Well,
she
she
does.
did. So now we need your help. Angel, you need to tell us everything she told you and help us find Aaron.
That's all she told me, that she killed Aaron.
Did you discuss anything about burning the body?
No.
Are you sure about
Yes,
that?
she came by here and told me that she did.
Did she burn the body?
No, that she killed Aaron. But like I said, I didn't believe her. The way she was acting, I didn't. Like I said, sometimes she talks out of her head. We both say stuff that we don't.
Well, you guys are both former domestic victims. Her a current domestic victim. I understand why you might have sympathy toward that.
I mean, I do, but I would never do anything, like that. That's.
Okay.
I have kids and grandbabies.
All right.
I've completely changed my life around in the last year.
All right. You see how you have information. Is there a particular reason you didn't tell us about that?
Because I
earlier?
didn't think it. I didn't think she would act. That she actually did it. Like I said, she's talked out of her head before, but I never thought that she'd actually do it. I mean, people say things they don't mean all the time.
People saying things they don't mean is usually reserved for things like, your outfit's cute, or this is the best meal I've ever had. Murder, well, not so much.
Susie, is the gun still with him? Or
It's in the coffee house.
in the car? Is that gun the same as your gun? Is it a revolver or 380? Okay. The gun you took from Angel, did she give you that gun?
No.
Okay.
I don't even have that gun on me. Like, I didn't even have it on me when it got me.
Okay.
The only reason I took her gun, I'm not gonna lie, I was just gonna,
I understand. And she told me that. She was scared that's what you were going to do. All right. You're doing the right thing. You got to feel a lot better. Here, let's tell you another one. Susie, tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, here a couple weeks ago, we got into an argument, and of course he butters my neck up, decided he was gonna, insult me. Well, argument gets over, and he goes out into the garage, and I follow him out there, and I'm like, what is going on with you? Because he's just been different. He was seeing that another girl, his accent, anyways. But
Oh, he was seeing another girl named Angie?
That's what I was told, yeah.
Okay.
That's what he told my mom.
Oh.
Yeah. My mom just told me yesterday.
And that was his ex, right?
Yeah.
Angie?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, anyways, he said he wanted a divorce. Well, the thing about it is, and you can ask a couple of my friends, I'd already been talking about that anyways, you know. But the way he did it, it was so mean. It was so mean, you know what I mean? Because he goes, I want a divorce. And I go, why did you marry me then? He goes, I didn't even want to marry you. I only did it because you wanted to. Why would you say that to somebody? And I was just like, I shook my head, you know, we had a few more words back and forth, like nothing really. I looked at him, I said, that's fine. I said, file for a divorce. I said, I'll take half. I don't, you know, what you want half because you've been to his place.
Yeah.
I'm like, not trying to be mean. It was just more, Aaron is a very materialistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's however much money and items he has, is how he bases himself. You know what I mean? So I would always tell him, well, it's going to take Cat, you know, more or less to break his heart because it hurts him if he doesn't have his money or his material things. And he's like, this is why it was all a big shock, you know, like the way it went. He goes, well, I've already been talking to attorneys and you can't get half. I don't care about half, but you get talking to attorneys on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of pretty rude, I think. And then, it's just been different for the last 2 weeks. Like, whenever he said that to me about the whole marriage thing, something in me just didn't care anymore. Like, I didn't care. I've just basically been sitting around waiting for somebody to knock on the door and hand me divorce papers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just didn't even care. I just wanted it done.
You know what's more rude than talking to an attorney behind your spouse's back? Murdering them. That, however, seems lost on Susan, who is eager to portray herself as an innocent victim who was lounging around, waiting patiently for her unfaithful husband to divorce her. Though she claims she was blindsided and shocked by her husband's desire to divorce, she also mentioned that she had threatened multiple times that she would take half of everything if he did. That doesn't exactly paint a picture of a happy, healthy relationship where things were hunky-dory. And what she's about to casually disclose to detectives doesn't at all paint a picture of a happy, healthy woman.
I've been staying at Angel's. I hadn't even been staying nights at my house. I go there, I go there during the day and he's gone, and I try to be out. The only reason I didn't stay Friday was because I was mad at him, and I got home Friday morning, and I bought like half of his clothes. I didn't really burn anything he wears, but, you know, like all the stuff he wears is hanging in the closet. It was still there.
Okay.
I just took a bunch of shoes, like the bottom three dresses or something, and it's tall dresses. And I burned them just to piss him off, because we was arguing, you know, on Facebook, and I'm just, you know, Messenger, and I'm just like, I said, yeah, we're going to have a surprise for you when you get home. And he didn't even notice. I was like right before the fight. And that's when he come at me.
How did he come at you?
Huh?
What do you mean when he came at you? You said he came at you.
I was walking around the bed, okay, like where the bedroom is. I was getting like all my stuff ready, which is one of the reasons I had the gun in my hand, because like I literally like would shove everything in a bag. I always carry a bag with me. Well, when I get home, I'd set it by my bed, you know, I'd empty it out, put what I had to in my dresser, put everything else on top of my dresser, whatever. Well, I'm walking around. I got out, I think it was my candy, because I always carry Starburst minis with me. I'm thinking I had some of them on me. I might have. No, I don't know. I ate so many of them. I can't honestly tell you if I had. But I know I took a few things out of the bag. And I had the gun, and he starts going off, and I just start walking around the bed. Because I was going to leave the, you know, because I'm a woman, I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's the first time I'd ever done that to a dude. I've seen it done, and I've heard of women doing it, but I've never actually, like, burnt their clothes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I've never done it. So I thought it was stuff that he didn't even wear. Like, it was just shit that had literally been piled. That dresser, I've known him 4 years. That stuff hasn't been unfolded and new for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but whatever. But apparently it pissed him off, and as I'm walking around, he grabs me and he starts, you know, he just starts going off.
Did he close fist you? Hit you?
No. He never does this.
Okay.
What he does, he takes his hand and hits me, or he'll grab.
Demonstrate.
He'll like he'll.
Go ahead.
I'm like that, and he'll hit me like that. And then what he does is he grabs me real hard, like usually around the shoulders, and he'll like because he's
picks you up.
Yeah, and he'll throw me.
Got you.
Yeah, see what he like broke my. Yeah, it just hurts right now from sitting on all that concrete. But I think like when he broke it, it just like I can't hardly sit down. He did that about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Or at least broke my
By
elbow.
picking you up and throwing you.
That was what divided on me, because at that time we had security set up, but I didn't know that the cameras only lasted a week. I would have recorded that because it was on video. But he picked me up and like it was in the dining room by the sliding door, and he threw me and I landed in the living room because at the time the coffee table was sitting on the other couch.
Okay.
But he threw me from there to the coffee table. But that's normally his main thing. It's just like, and then just like picking me up because I mean I'm not a very big girl, you know.
There is no evidence we could find to corroborate Susan's claims of suffering violence at the hands of Aaron. In fact, the only evidence of any physical violence between them came from Aaron himself. Just hours before he was murdered, he called Saint Genevieve County Sheriff's Department to report that Susan had been making death threats against him. A sheriff encouraged Aaron to press charges, but he refused. And it doesn't seem like the incidents he was talking about were just limited to verbal threats. Susan's mother disclosed to deputies that the previous fall, Susan had attempted to shoot Aaron while the family was on vacation, which only makes the story Susan is about to tell even more unbelievable.
So, that happens, and what happens after the altercation?
So, I've always heard people talk about like, and I always thought they were stupid, like, oh yeah, how can you not really, you know, it really is like, you know, it's like everything just stops. It just stops, you know what I mean? Like, I said, don't touch the gun, because, you know, I knew that and I don't know why I never do that. I hardly even carry a weapon, and I never even carry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know why I did it. Why would I do that? Don't touch it.
So he was trying to get the gun from you?
I wasn't going to shoot him. He didn't have to go for the gun. He didn't have to go for it. He thinks he...
Where was he shot? Was it in the chest or?
No, I think in the head. It had to have been in the head.
Yeah.
Because all the blood was picked up.
Okay. Okay. And I'm guessing.
Because when he said that, like, I said, don't, you know, and then, like, just a pop, and, like, it was literally just, like, a flash of light in my eyes, and all I could do, I'm just, like, standing there, like, I didn't even know what to say, and he just goes.
Oh, he grabbed his head?
And then drops, yeah, like.
So he was able to grab his head?
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes, like, and he's just kind of looking at me, and then I'm like.
All right. All right, let's move past this so it isn't hurting you as bad. Susie, I'm worried about you. Please sit here. And you're reliving this right now. I understand that. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So he collapses, I'm presuming right there where the bleach is all at?
Yeah, that's actually not bleach. It's, well, I mean, I don't know, some pool cleaner, because I had to clear out that house. I didn't know it was that strong.
Pool cleaner?
Yeah, well, the bottle was still sitting in the bathroom.
Well, you said he was shot in the head. Did you have to clean the walls and stuff too, or just right there? That's the only place that.
Like, I mean, I wiped the bed off, you know. Like, I'm sitting there. Okay. I'm trying to. It sounds so stupid, God. I sound so funny. I'm just trying to remember the shit that I seen on TV. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what's that? Or, you know, I watched a lot of Dexter, stupid thing.
Right.
But I didn't see any. Maybe it's, I mean, of course, that stuff, I'm allergic to bleach. And, like, my eyes were swelling up. Like, that's all bleach burns from that pool cleaner.
Oh, so you are allergic to all that?
Yeah.
So you had to get out of there after that?
Yeah. I had to get my dogs out. I had to get out.
So the whole dog poop thing, story about the...
No, I did clean up dog poop. My dog Hank. Okay, it's my
Oh, so you told everybody you were cleaning up dog
poop, yeah. Which, I mean, I was. But I was also doing that, too. But I won't go to bleach extremes just for dog poop.
That's kind of wise.
Yeah. Because, you know, especially being allergic to it. I usually, what I do for dog poop is just mix together a little bit of laundry detergent.
So was it hard to get all the blood out of the carpet?
There's still blood in the carpet.
Okay, where at?
It shouldn't be down under.
Underneath the carpet, right.
Yeah.
I get that, but you got enough where you couldn't see on top? Cleaned it up, or?
Yeah, that stuff, once I poured it on there, it just disappeared.
Did it? Okay.
But see, I'll tell you when I just gave up and walked out of the house, like, every time you step on it,
Well, the carpet, it would squish.
oh, it would come back up.
The blood would. Okay.
Unfortunately for Susan, at this point, Angel has already completely contradicted the story she's giving. Aaron didn't lose it when he discovered his clothes were burnt. His reaction wasn't at all what Susan was looking for, according to texts she sent Angel.
That's Friday at 5:50 p.m. Laugh out loud. It was noticed. 5:50. Does that mean he came home and noticed his clothes is burnt?
Yes.
Really? He noticed right off the bat. What did he say? He wants to make me out to be something I'm not. I'll be that person. Hell yeah. He just laughed to himself, all stupid-like, and left the room. Laugh out loud. I'm so tired, I hope he got mad enough to leave. I'm going to check real quick. Okay. He's still here, but I wish he would just leave for the night. I am worried. That's Friday, 11 o'clock.
In Susan's mind, however, she is the victim. And boy, does she continue to play up that role.
I was on the run. I got lost, which I found out why, and it was because the stupid GPS was set for Providence, Washington, D.C., not Missouri, and ended up in friggin' Van Buren, Missouri.
Yeah. I think you were seen in Caledonia headed down there.
Yeah, well, see, actually, no, I know all that area.
Right.
I grew up in Potosi, so, like, when I just go out and I need to clear my head, I need to think, and I need to drive, that's always the area I go in. Like, I mean, I know that area. That's where me and Michelle always went, you know.
Before we go to that extent, let me back up. I'm trying to keep it where we were at. Who helped you get him out of the house?
I backed the car all the way up to the garage door, the opening door. I dragged him out that way.
Okay. Was he bleeding the whole way? You had to clean all that up as well? What did you do with all the towels and stuff?
They're in the shed.
They're in the shed as well?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
all there in bags.
All right. How did nobody hear the shot? Did you explain that?
The only ones home was my mom and Haley, and they both sit in their rooms with their TV so loud
So
that they
your
can't.
son wasn't home?
No,
Okay.
no, he didn't get home till later on that night. But see, this happened around 6 in the evening.
Oh, it was early then.
Yeah, that's why my son kept saying, well, I heard him or getting up and down getting food. How'd you even get...
Right.
I mean, I couldn't exactly sit and argue with my son at that particular moment, but I just didn't understand how he heard him when he wasn't, you know. I think what he was hearing was probably the cat, because when I got back that morning, because I come back from Angels about 7:30 that morning, my cat, or no, it was my niece's cat, because it was the gray cat, was stuck in the laundry room area. And I think that's what he was hearing, was like that cat. Oh, they took that. Oh, okay, now I gotta get that. I thought they took it out. That's why it's irritating me.
Oh, the nose ring?
Yeah, it's gotta be like, they're supposed to get the nurse to,
Get
because
it
the way
out.
it's put on.
Yeah. They'll work on that.
Once more, Susan tries to cover for her friends and family, and once more, she sucks at it. Police believe at this point that both Angel and Susan's son, Anthony, helped cover up the murder. Despite the fact that her son may be on the hook for helping her with this heinous crime, Susan has another worry that's much more pressing: her dogs.
I don't have nobody's number to get off about my dogs either. I don't even know how Hank's doing. I don't even know nothing about Hank. Hank has diabetes. He's on a special diet and needs special care.
Angel told me last night that I think Hank is okay. He's with her daughter, and they were going to try to get it to the vet.
No, I don't want him with her daughter.
Okay.
Her daughter, no! I need him somewhere safe where he cannot get it. He's almost blind.
Right. Susie, she said just for a minute, and then she was back
No,
and
not
forth.
even just for a minute.
Okay.
The last dog they had there got attacked by 3 pit bulls that lived by him.
All right. Well, last I heard, this was last night, the dog's fine, and she was coming back to Angel's house today. Okay?
What about my Elmo?
She's still there.
Elmo is a he, yeah.
Okay, he's
I've had Elmo 12 and a half years.
he's kenneled. He was kenneled last night.
No! He's got to go somewhere else then.
Okay.
He's got to go somewhere else. He does not get kenneled. Elmo is not. No.
Okay.
He is almost 13.
Well, I think it was just because all the other dogs were there.
No.
Okay.
I'll find someone else. He can go to Michelle. He needs to go to Michelle and cook.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
He's got to go to her.
All right.
That dog cannot be kenneled. Michelle knows everything about him. She knows everything. All the ins and outs, how he likes his food, how he likes to sleep, his potty. She knows everything. He can't know.
Who else knows the truth about all this? Was there somebody in Bonne Terre you told all about? Did you tell somebody in Bonne Terre about all this stuff?
Did I tell somebody in Bonne Terre?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if she already said that I said, I mean, I just didn't want to drag her in. You know what I mean?
She's in it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
why did you tell her everything was going on?
Because she's my best friend and I just needed someone to
Talk.
I needed someone to I just needed to get it out. Every store I stopped at yesterday, I know. Like, I didn't even the cashier just think I just wanted to be like, oh, you know.
Oh,
Like,
did you get to talk to your son any at all? It's Anthony, right?
yeah, like, no, I don't think I did. I honestly don't remember. No. Because my son doesn't have a cell phone, so my mom called. It was from the mom's number, you know, and I answered it, and
So-
I heard Anthony.
You
So
didn't,
that's who I thought I was going to be talking to, because I heard Anthony, And it sounded like he was on the phone, and I'm like, Bub, because I'm like, Bub. And then my mom gets on the phone and starts talking.
So you didn't get a chance to
No.
tell this to him where he could hear it from you instead of from the media and all that stuff? Okay. When Angel came and got you guys, I mean, she followed you in your truck or her vehicle to pick you up?
Mm-hmm.
You took the car to the 8 and U storage. Did she follow you in her car?
Okay, when she left, she was at my house, and I get, like, okay, I gotta go. Anyways, we left and went to her house.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I should go hide in the car.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, but she drove my truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did she get to you? She was with. So
when I told her we should go hide the car, we got in my truck, drove over to the house. I got in the car.
Oh.
And then she followed me.
In your truck.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was confused. I couldn't figure out how that worked.
Yeah, I was you have to pick her car.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
All right. I was lost there.
Yeah, we rode over to my house together in my truck.
Okay.
And then I let her drive the truck. I'm like, well, here, you drive the truck. It's already warmed up. Because I guess her car doesn't have heat.
And so
I didn't want to take her car.
when you parked it in the storage area, did she help get the bag of trash out, or?
No, she never even got out of the truck.
She stayed in the truck. Okay.
She's like I am. She stays cold constantly. She had that lap band surgery, so she doesn't get as many nutrients as she should, I guess.
Yeah.
And so she stays like
Cold. Yeah.
Constantly.
What else am I missing? Is there something that we need to discuss?
If there's something you need to bring up to me, just bring it up. Because I don't know. I'm trying to.
I didn't live this. You did. So you would know the most important thing.
Yeah.
That we need to know.
Yeah.
We've already discussed most of it. Is if there is something else. You've painted a pretty big picture of how it all happened and everything. And the most significant thing in your mind of why and how this happened would be most important to talk about now. I mean,
I wait for the gun. I don't know,
Well, one thing is, I don't know if you're aware, and I'm going to make you aware now if you're not. It was the day prior. He had contacted a deputy and said that he thought you were going to kill him. I shit you not.
You know what? He sent me a message on Facebook because I thought he was taking the guns out of the house, because he thought I was going to sell them or something. Because I've threatened to do that before too. Okay, well, because he wouldn't leave me no money, and I'll be like, well, I'm going to start selling shit and get money, whatever. And I thought he was taking them out to selling them. And he goes, no, I'm hiding them. He goes, because something about everybody knows you're trying to kill me or something. And I was just like, laughing. I said, are you kidding? I said, you need to quit with these lies there. And I said, you're making these lies the new truth. I said, these lies are your truth now. And I said, it's getting ridiculous.
And you said something like that on Facebook.
Yeah. But in all honesty, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't drink the tea he brought me home. Okay. He was bringing home tea. I put it like 2, 3 weeks ago, and it's still not healed. Right. But they'd bring me home usually either a tea or a Mountain Dew from the truck stop every day, and I got to the point I wouldn't even drink it no more, because when he started saying that shit to me, it started getting me thinking, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I mean, not like to that extent. I just wouldn't drink the tea.
Right. Was there your mom told me something about an episode that happened this last fall at Lake Hanna and gunplay and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? You guys had an altercation out there in front of some kids and...
Oh, no, we got into... Okay, here's the thing. I don't know why this... Maybe I need to see a freaking mental expert on this, but red roses, I hate red roses. I hate them. I don't know why, but they send me into, like... It's when they're given to me. Like, they send me into a fury. I've never had a bad experience with them, so I don't know why. I just don't like red roses. And I always tell every guy I date, do not anything but a red rose. I don't care if you go out and pick those freaking, little daisy things, just no red roses. Well, he got me a red rose. Okay. Well, I was babysitting my Felicia's kids, my cousin, and then I had my niece with me. And my niece and the oldest of Felicia's four was in the truck. I walked back to the truck to talk to them while he's in at Walmart, and I see the red rose, and I go, and I look at my niece, Kendall. I said, Kendall, I said, do me a favor. I said, because I don't want to fight with him tonight. I said, tell him just to throw that rose out the window on his way out there. I said, I'm telling you, just throw it away. I said, when he gets out there, he straight up walks up to me and just hands it to me. And I just burnt it. We got into a fight later on about that, but I don't see how that had anything to do with the gun.
I was told that a gun was taken out of your hand and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, and at one point in time, I think your son said there was a gunshot or something went off, or during a wrestling match over a gun. I'm not sure. Does that ring a bell with him?
No.
The altercation that officers are referring to here is the same one that Susan's mother claims she saw Susan attempt to shoot Aaron during. Now, obviously, there's no reason to ever shoot anybody, but to shoot someone over giving you a red rose seems like something even Susan should realize is completely insane.
So talking to your mother and your niece and Angel, all three of them told me they had heard you numerous times saying, I'm going to kill him, or even plotting jokingly sometimes about killing him and stuff like that. Is that true?
I would tell him, I'd be like, ooh, I ought to just kill you. You know what I mean? But then I would look at him and I'd say, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep you alive, and you're going to suffer with me the rest of your life.
One particular thing, I can't remember if it was your mom or Angel told me, I think it was your mom, about you look at him square and says, I now know I've been plotting for a while about how to kill you. And you said it in a joking manner or something like that, this one bullet that you had in your gun. Do you remember anything like that? Okay.
No.
Well, that's what was told me.
Not even close.
Something about the reason you keep that one bullet in your gun. I don't know.
That one bullet has been in my gun since the last time we shot my gun.
Okay.
Well,
that's why I asked these things.
Anthony asked me, what was it, a week or two ago, can we take the 380, the 9, and the AR out in target practice? I go ask, because I always made him ask Aaron about the 9 and the AR,
Right.
I said, go ask Aaron about those. I said, you're not shooting mine. I said, I got one damn bullet left unless you're going to go buy some bullets.
Gotcha.
And
So
he
you
never went and bought bullets, so.
You saved that one. Is that the same bullet that went into Aaron? So that gun didn't have any other bullets other than that one?
No, like I said, we stood outside, and because that's when we got it down to that one bullet, that's the first time I've shot that gun since I've had it. Because ever since, like I said, Luke, it's not that I was scared of guns, I just didn't feel comfortable, I guess you could say. I didn't know how I would react. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said. I shot off like 3 or 4, and I just handed it back to Aaron, and I'm like, here, because I don't even think I was close to on target.
Is there anything that you think of that I should absolutely know about this whole situation? And you're aware that I have to go talk to the prosecutor about all this. Is there anything you want me to tell the prosecutor?
You tell me, Mother, whatever.
Well, I mean, sometimes people want me to relay messages.
I've never exactly done this before, so I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
No. You need some water or something? Can I get you a glass of water? I'm gonna step out, okay? Do you need anything while I'm out?
A cigarette.
I don't smoke, I'm sorry. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm just going to go consult with some detectives and go get Aaron. Get him going on the way to meet
The
here now.
keys are actually in the truck. They took the truck last night. There's
Right.
a set of storage locker keys. It was in that blue tub.
Well, first of all, let me ask you. Do you give me permission to search that truck and get those keys and everything else?
I gave them permission last night to search it.
Oh, Bonterre?
Oh.
Okay, well, we're not Bonterre. So,
yeah.
if there's nothing else, I got a lot to do today. But I'll be free probably later this afternoon after about 2:30. Would you want to meet up with me again, talk to me again? All right. And then if there's anything else that you thought of or that I think of that we need to cover, we can do at that point in time. All right. Meanwhile, I know that it's lunchtime and I don't want you to miss your lunch because you said your belly was hurting a while ago. So I'm going to get you back there. You got to feel a little bit better about easing your conscience on what's happened, right? I know you do. You have to. All right.
I know I went all about it the wrong way, but I was so scared.
I understand.
It was a shock. It was a shock. Like, okay, I used to be a really bad alcoholic. Like, I used to drink a lot from sun up to sundown. And when I actually learned how to shoot guns, believe it or not, I was drunk. And people, they never believed me that I could be drunk as shit and hit a target dead on. But if I was sober, I could go to shoot that, you know what I mean? And I'd hit that chair or, like, and well, when I was with Nathan did it. He goes, "Oh, bullshit."
Oh, I'm sorry to
My
interrupt.
ex-Nathan, yeah.
When we're searching your truck, is there anything we're going to find in there? Any drugs at all?
No, not in the truck. No,
Okay.
No, none.
What about the car? Did
No,
Aaron use
no.
drugs of any type?
I think Aaron used Adderall, but that was
Adderall.
about it. Which, I mean, I know ain't much different, but to him it was.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was about it. But that wasn't even very often. I doubt you'd even find that
All right,
anywhere
so-
on the vehicle or anywhere.
All right, so drugs didn't play any part in any of this. All right,
No.
I just want to make sure. All right, we really got to get moving, so
But,
I'm going to take you back there, and I promise you, as long as it's okay with you, I'll get back with you this afternoon. All right, but meanwhile, we got to get Aaron out of that.
yeah, he needs to get.
I got to get him out of there,
I
so
know.
we need to conclude this so I can go get that. All right, you agree? Is there anything that you think I need to know before we conclude until 2:30? Okay. Susie did the right thing. I really appreciate you talking with us. We can get some closure for Aaron and his family.
Susan sealed her fate, and with it she sealed the fate of her 20-year-old son, who saw a startling post on Facebook a few days later that prompted him to call the police.
Hello, sir. This is Anthony Skaggs.
Oh, Mr. Skaggs.
You got any information on the Armentrout case right now?
I'm sorry, yes. That is our case.
Well, yeah, when that first went down, I was at the house, and I spoke to the cops and everything, and my mom was the one that, did everything. And now I've seen a post on Facebook that you guys were looking for me, saying I'm being charged with the shit.
Okay.
But they didn't write down my statement or anything the day they came. Because at the point they were saying it was just a missing persons at that point, but I already spoke to investigators. I spoke to the cops all that day. I called in, I think it was 3 days later. His family was making posts saying that I did something and was having people looking for me. So I called in to try to talk to talk to a deputy or anything at that point. Try to get everything solved right then and there. And the lady said that a deputy would call me back, and it's till now, and I still haven't heard anything besides this post.
What kind of post did you see?
It was by the Saint Genevieve Sheriff's Office.
Okay,
And it was saying that because
the PR was press release was today, so yeah, that makes sense. I guess the major put it out already.
Yeah, well, like, I know, I seen a post where she got picked up, and I seen a post where her friend got picked up, and then there was a post that has a picture of her friend on there that got picked up.
Well, let me stop you there, Anthony. You have warrants for your arrest right now.
Right now?
Yes.
For that?
Yes. Basically, it's the warrants aren't for you actually pulling the trigger, but assisting. And we got that through confessions and surveillances and interviews. So.
Surveillances? I was sleeping on a couch.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, like, literally, like, you guys want me to come in, give you my statement, give you everything? Like.
Yes. You know what? Look,
like,
Anthony.
I was not involved at all.
Anthony, if
That's why I'm so pissed right now. I'm not going in for something I didn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Anthony, I believe that your family, your grandmother, and is that your cousin?
Yeah, that's my cousin. The one that was out there with us.
Yeah. They put you at the house at the time of the shooting.
Yeah, we was all at the house. We was all sleeping.
No,
that's why, like, I've literally been questioning how was the shooting because nobody in the house woke up.
All right. Well, through several lies that you have told, along with.
What lies?
Well, there's a few of them. If you'd like to come in and discuss it, we can do that.
Yeah, I would love to come in and discuss it.
Pretty much as soon as Anthony walks into the station, it becomes obvious that love is a strong word there. As the sheriff said, statements from his relatives prove that he was at the house at 6 p.m., the time of the shooting. However, he has a completely different claim, that he was with friends, not at the house, and it goes over about as well as you're expecting.
So you're going to tell me that you weren't there the whole time?
I wasn't there all day. I was literally going with my friends all day. My friend Bill, my friend Zach, my friend Alex, and I think it was maybe 2 or 3 when Becca got off, Bill's girlfriend.
I'm going to stop you now. I'm telling you, buddy, don't go down this path. You got 2 other people who put you on the couch when they arrived home on Friday.
That's what I'm saying. I literally have.
You told me yourself that day that you watched and seen Aaron throughout the night eating.
Yeah, when I came in at 3, he was in the kitchen eating. And I went, laid down, I turned on the TV, laid there for a few minutes, and passed out.
This won't hold water because he's already dead at that time.
Are you serious?
Yes. So your whole story goes out the window. He's dead. He's dead at 6 o'clock.
It doesn't even make no sense, though.
He died in that bedroom about 6 o'clock. So your whole story is gone. That don't work. You couldn't have
wasn't at the house.
You couldn't have seen him in and out, walking into the living room like he told us.
No, I didn't see him in the living room.
It wasn't dog shit.
When I walked in.
All right.
When I walked in.
Do you understand the gravity here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
this is what I'm telling you. When I walked in, I seen him in there.
I was hoping you wouldn't go down this path.
Go down what path?
More deceit.
I'm not deceiving you. I put it on my life, sir. On my soul. When I got in there at 3 in the morning, which is when I got told I left the house, he was in that kitchen making food. I put that on my life.
He was dead.
He
was dead right after work.
He was?
Uh-huh.
Sir, I put it on.
Do you understand why you see all the lies now that it just doesn't fit?
We know it don't fit.
We know.
This is what I'm telling you.
This is science, not just your mom's confession. This is science. He's dead at 6 o'clock.
You're
laying on the couch. Your niece.
I wasn't at the house that day.
Your cousin and your grandma comes in. You're laying on the couch. You tell them about the dog shit. And the
that was that
bleach.
morning. That was that morning when they woke up. I was like, hey, my mom was told me when she got in here that she had to clean up some dog shit in the room and that she took the
Let's
dog
stop.
to Angels.
Just stop. The 100% truth is the only thing that's going to help you now.
This is the 100% truth.
All
I
right.
even got people at I was at Bill's house all night.
Let me tell you about friends. When shit happens, when shit hits the fan, they're going to leave you in the dust. So if you're trying to use an alibi with them, it was once the shit hits the fan, they're going to leave you stranded.
Well, I promise that's what's going to show up to be, is I was there.
If that's what you're banking on, you're banking on something that is not reliable. You realize all I got to do is get one of these people to say something different. Not that it matters, you know.
I mean, it's the truth, so...
Are you got your days mixed up?
No, I do not got my days mixed up, because after that night, that morning when we woke up, when my mom came in and told me the story about the dog shitting on the carpet and all that, not even an hour or so after she left was when the cops pulled up, when the first sheriff pulled up and knocked on the door, and I was the one to answer the door. And he asked me, "Where's Aaron?" And I'm like, I haven't seen him since last night. Then I'm pretty sure he asked where my mom was. And I told him that she just left. And then he came in, got my name. My cousin came out. He got her name. Then my grandma finally, I guess, she heard what was going on, so she came outside.
You realize that none of that works because he was already dead at 6 o'clock the day before.
Dude.
I gave you an out. I told you what would save your... You're right.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you a lie just so
I'm not, no. I don't want to lie. Ever do I want to lie.
Well, I'm telling you the truth, and you're calling me a liar, though.
You are a liar.
I'm not.
This is not even possible. The things that you were saying are not even possible.
What, for me to be in my friend's house all day?
It's not even possible. He wasn't alive, and you seen him. He was a ghost? Did you see a ghost? So you're telling me you seen a ghost?
I didn't even know he was dead.
Your own mom was in that chair right there saying, I don't know how the hell he's telling everybody he's seen him.
Perhaps this goes without saying, but Anthony didn't see a ghost. He did, however, see the inside of a jail cell. Both Anthony and Angel were charged with abandonment of a corpse and tampering with physical evidence for helping Susan conceal Aaron's body. Anthony took a plea deal and spent just 253 days behind bars. His mother will never see life outside of bars again. For murdering Aaron, Susan was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.